"Hello there," he said in a low, sing-song voice. "Would you like me to give you a new face?" Toby beamed. "Yes!" "No," I said quickly, stepping in front of him. "We're good, thanks." The man crouched down, his bony fingers resting on his knees as he tilted his head toward me. "Don't be scared, big brother. It's just a bit of fun. I'll take good care of him." Toby tugged at my sleeve. "Come on, Noah! Please, it's free!" I hesitated, but Jack's painted eyes seemed to lock onto mine, and my unease only grew. "Fine," I said reluctantly, "but I'm coming with him." Jack straightened up, his grin somehow even wider. "Oh no," he said softly, "only one at a time. Don't worry, I'll give him a new face." Toby didn't wait for my approval. He pulled away from me and eagerly followed Jack into a small dark booth. I stood outside pacing and fuming. Something about this felt so wrong, but I didn't know what to do. After what felt like forever, the two of them finally emerged. Toby's face was painted exactly like Jack's, black, hollow eyes and a stitched smile. He looked thrilled. "It's so cool," he said, grinning at me. Jack turned to me and motioned toward the booth. "Your turn," he said, his grin unnerving. I shook my head and grabbed Toby's arm. "We're done," I said sharply, dragging him back to Dad. The rest of the night was uneventful, but something about Toby felt off. When we got home, my parents complimented his face paint and tried to wash it off, but no matter how much they scrubbed, it wouldn't budge. "It must be waterproof," my mom said, laughing. But over the next few days, Toby changed. He stopped talking, barely ate, and stared at himself in the mirror for hours. His eyes were bloodshot, and the stitches on his smile started to look real. Then one morning, Mom tried washing his face again and screamed. The paint wasn't paint. His mouth had been stitched shut with real thread, and the black around his eyes was permanent, stained into his skin. We rushed him to the hospital. The stitches were carefully removed, but Toby still wouldn't speak. He just sat there, staring into space with an empty expression. The next day, we went back to the park with the police. I pointed out where Jack Skellington had been, but he was gone. His booth, his sign, everything, gone, like he'd never existed. The staff said they'd never had anyone like that working there. To this day, Toby hasn't talked about what happened in that booth, and he hasn't been the same since. Sometimes I catch him smiling to himself in the mirror, his lips twitching like they're still stitched together. And every time I think about that night, I hear Jack's voice echoing in my head. "Don't worry, I'll give him a new face."